All right. Moving into game number 3, or set number 3, excuse me. Russia versus Eastern Europe. We have in the bottom right as the orange Terran, Try Too Fast, aka TTF. And in the bottom left as the blue Zerg, we have TechnicS. Yeah. And also Bluto. Shoutouts to Bluto, I guess. And reset score. What? Alright. TechnicS doing his typical TechnicS thing, faking as if he was whispering. Alright. No. And we're still talking about heights in the chat. Stork is not 195. Like, Cal's the tallest player, and he was something like 184? If I remember correctly, I saw that somewhere. Like, there's nobody... Yeah. He's not 195. Alright. Yeah, Ov was taller than Cal, but Cal was the tallest of the last of the active guys before everything shut down. Alright. So. I said before that TechnicS TechnicS is Eastern Europe's best player. But TVZ is not his best matchup. I think he's really strong in ZVZ, and I think he's really strong in ZVP. Not as much CVT. Still good. Still good. And TTF likes to cheese. So, yeah, we're going to have one of those. We're bunker rushing it up. And TechnicS knows about it now, so the scouting SCV will be the first one to throw down the bunker, getting that early, and a lot of the drones being pulled off. Actually, not as many as I thought. It looks like only about 6, and they could not finish off that SCV. So this bunker is actually going to finish very quickly. That's not going to be the issue. It's just going to be, can they keep the drones? Oh, wow. They cannot keep the drones away from that SCV, but really, the drones did not do a good job, and 2 Marines get in there rather easily. These drones just going back, looking for extra kills to pick up, and it's looking like a pretty successful bunker rush at this point. A very successful bunker rush. TechnicS has to wait for these links to spawn, and then as soon as they do, go. Right? No, we're hiding them. Okay. Wait for these links to spawn and then go. Or, you know, just kill those 2 off. Never mind, I have no idea what TechnicS is doing. TechnicS is... this isn't good. This isn't good. Alright, now we're going in. Now the Zerglings are going in. The SCVs actually get into a really good position to be able to repair the bunker. And they are going to easily out-repair the damage TechnicS can do. Oh man, the creep colony does go down. TechnicS is not giving up, even though it was unsuccessful. He wants to get the sunken out. Right now, they're finally now diverting the attention to the creep colony. But the creep colony is not going to be able to finish, or if it finishes, it's just going to immediately die. No, not going to finish. Does cancel, it saves a little bit of money, but TechnicS has lost his natural now. It looks like he keeps going for attacks with these lings. In part to pick off reinforcements, in part to try to do damage. But TTF has too many Marines now. The game's pretty much over. There we go. GG. That was fast. I mean, I said that TechnicS could be a problem for Russia, but I wasn't expecting bunker rushes, so that's working. All right. So bad. Yeah. Not a good start. Not a good start. But this is the best of 3. Interesting to see if TTF tries it again. In the top right, as the white Zerg, is TechnicS. V. There we go. And in the that's 2 o'clock. And in the bottom right is TTF as the brown Terran. And that is 7 o'clock. Use, priority, unuse, unuse, use. Boom, boom. There we go. So. Yeah, what I was trying to say before I started with the overlays was, it's a best of 3. Does TTF actually bunker rush twice? Does he actually... Yep. Yeah, he does. Alright, man. 8 racks. I'll give you credit. I will give you credit for remaining firm in your cheesy ways and not succumbing to the pressure of playing normally. It's admirable in a way. TechnicS is scouting in the right direction first, but I don't know. It might be a little bit of a while before the Overlord gets it close enough to see that the bunker rush is coming. Probably going to be seeing it around the same time he did last time, once the SCVs move out. No, he'll see it a little bit sooner than that. Might be able to get something out. Alright. So, hatchery goes down. Going up against bunker rush versus a 12 hatch. TechnicS. TechnicS, I really tried to hype you up. I really did. But, oh, 12 hatch versus bunker rush. Spawning pool just started. Alright, so what do we do as TechnicS here? What are we going to do to try to hold off the bunker rush? It looks like a drone is hiding on the outside here. It wants to be able to see when it's coming, I think is what he's going for here. In case the Overlord isn't quite in range. The Overlord can see the barracks. He knows. Like that forward of a barracks, the bunker rush has got to be coming. Completing another supply depot, and we have all of the SCVs moving out now, along with 3 Marines. The hatchery's not going to be cancelled, even though he knows about it. TechnicS remaining firm, and this time he's bringing a lot more drones. Alright, last time he only brought like 7. This time it's closer to 10. And we are going to drone drill straight through now, attacking the Marines. Can he actually pick them off? The Marines don't have a bunker to run through, so it's okay to get behind them like this to a certain extent, because this bunker still has a long way to go in terms of construction. But it might be able to get them into a better defensive position, taking out 2, 3 Marines. All the Marines have gone down. Now another reinforcement comes in. It's going to be completely surrounded. The bunker is still not done. It's taken too long, and now the Lings are out. TechnicS defending it now, like the way he should have before. Congratulations to him for learning his mistakes. Wow, that spawning pool got really low. We're learning from his mistakes and pulling more SCVs to deal with it. Now, TTF gonna have to defend against the Ling pressure from TechnicS here, and still have to pull a lot of SCVs. Hasn't lost too many so far. Pretty much all the losses for TTF has been in terms of Marines. And here we go. The SCV's not blocking as well as they need to. 1 Marine, 2 Marine, 3 Marines go down. And now pulling back to the ramp, but there's only 1 Marine here. The Zerglings can just attack up it, ignore... The Zerglings can attack up, ignore the 1 Marine, and just pick off SCVs as they go, and it's going to work out very well. I think TechnicS will have as quick of a game 2 as he lost game 1, and wow, there are a lot of SCVs being pulled. Literally every SCV is being pulled to try to hold off the Lings. It's Might work. It might work. There goes the Marine once again, but the Lings are surrounded. All the SCVs are doing a lot of damage. TTF has 14 SCVs to his name, and that is it. Meanwhile, on the other side, the hatchery is unmarred, completely fine. Spawning pool will be slowly recovering life. That's not going to be an issue. And TechnicS is getting up his third hatchery, so he's continuing along without too many drone losses. Really not too bad. And TTF has to deal with this. And beyond that, he also has to just deal with Lings coming in. Whenever TechnicS wants to make Lings, he can just attack. And there's no kind of wall here. There's nothing at the ramp. There's not a good Marine count. So that's something that he really has to watch out for if TechnicS wants to invest a little bit of his excess larva into that early. Alright. So... Alright. I guess it's the other Bulgarian Zorg's player turn to confuse me with the Evolution Chamber. Going for early +1 armor on the Lings? Getting Ling speed, yeah. I guess we're going Mutaling Bust here. And yeah, immediately starting the armor upgrade. Interesting. Alright, and there's a Spire from TechnicS, so yeah, it's definitely looking like a Mutaling bust. And it's going to be quite a strong one. Obviously going to get speed with that, but that +1 armor is just going to make the Lings a lot tankier if the Mutalisk didn't provide enough protection already. Interesting. Very interesting. After a failed cheese, TTF going to transition into mech. Now this is something that TTF likes to do. He's known to rather frequently go for Goliath play in a TBZ scenario, but after failing mech, these Goliaths are just going to come out so late. I'm not sure that it's going to be a viable option. TechnicS with a little bit of a Ling run by. Can he get anything? No, gets nothing. Ugh. Well, okay. So he does get a couple of guys. No, can't quite pick up that SCV, but does get that one. So, a couple SCVs, a few SCVs, and a Marine. And a second Marine. It's rather nice. Rather nice for just the handful of Lings he sent. Not the best, but okay. Especially turning around at the end there, considering the start. He's going to start making Mutalisks and throws down his third base over here. Since he went for that earlier Ling attack, I thought he was going to start saving up those Lings. But since he did that, I guess he doesn't want to try for a Mutaling bust, instead just going to go for the Ling run by and then come in with Mutas. Man, we have the armory on the way, but the armory is just going to be too late. These Mutalisks, there's 4 Marines. There are 4 Marines to defend against these Mutalisks, and eBay isn't done and the armory isn't done, so he can't start turrets, he can't start Goliaths. They should be finishing up very soon. Okay, the eBay has finished up, but the Mutalisk should be able to do a lot of damage here. There is 1 Marine in this bunker. It can pretty much be ignored by the Mutalisks if they want to. And not quite in time to stop the turret, but the Mutalisk can still just pick it off. It's not that strong. All the SCVs coming back to repair it, and the Mutalisks, it's going to cost him 1 Mutalisk here. There was a nice repair, trading 1 Mutalisk essentially for just the 1 SCV. And yeah, there we go. GG from TTF. Yeah, not a whole lot he could do at that point. Too much damage from the opening. I can tie it up 1-1. So, I guess the question on everybody's mind is, does TTF just do it again? He picked match point. I would think the destination would be a little bit better for your cheesy bunker rush shenanigans than match point, but match point is better than most. In the bottom left, in the bottom left is TechnicS, Purple Zerg, at 7 o'clock. And in the top right is TTF as the Yellow Terran, 12V, and that is 2 o'clock. Boom. Alright. So, alright, we're up to 8. You're up to 8, and he's queued up his 9th one. Oh, we're not going barracks first. We are not going barracks first. We are going supply depot first. All right. Now, I am doubly surprised that he's not picking Destination, and Bakuyu has actually just mentioned it in the chat. Not only is Destination a better map for any kind of cheese, TTF likes to play mech, and even Wraith play, more than other Terran players like to. Where Destination is the best map for that. So, whether he was going to go cheese or macro, it seems like Destination's a better map for TTF. I mean, maybe he was fearful of TechnicS cheese? TechnicS can do some of that? But yeah, I'm not sure if this is the best pick. You also could just not know the map well. I mean, Destination's kind of a weird map to have just thrown in. Alright. So we're going to have the first barracks, and the first barracks is going to be very exposed. All the way out in front of the natural, and marine spawn on the outside. Some Zerg aggression could be very effective here, and a little bit of micro from TechnicS going to help him win that fight. I think he was going to win anyway, just because he got some shots off while building. It's another 12 hatch for TechnicS, so his lings are going to be late. But I think that I don't know if this is really possible to wall completely as TTF. I don't think you can make a tight wall in front here. TechnicS might be able to do something. Alright, so looks like 6 Zerglings coming out, and TTF with a greedy expansion. Ooh. Interesting. TechnicS gas deals. You don't see that too often in ZVT from the Zerg player, but it can work out. Especially if you think that your opponent, like TTF, wants to go for a macro style like he has been known to do. It can slow him down a bit more than he wants to. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like TTF wants to do that this game, as he's not making the refinery yet. Instead, throwing down another barracks. Maybe he changed his mind? Maybe it was enough to convince him? TechnicS is coming in with the lings now, but they're just going to be barely too late as the bunker just finishes. Still can go for a run by though. This is a very, this is a nice natural to go for it. And the bunker, oh. Yeah, that's not the way TechnicS should have gone. Like, he could have gone up and around the side here with the links. That would have been a much better option than trying to surround the bunker. Huh. Yeah. Actually, that is weird. This command center is off placed. Like, I think it's farther down than it needs to. It's obviously farther right than it needs to be, but I think it's also farther down than it needs to be. As somebody said in the chat, if it's farther down, then you can have a little bit more of a wall between here and here, but making it to the left doesn't change the wall at all. So, it may or may not have been intentionally misplaced, in part, but it certainly could have put it one space to the left and it would have been better. I can't tell if it's one hex down or not. The bases on match point always looked weird. Like, it always looks like they're too far away because this is such a sharp curve of the minerals. Alright. Layer's done for TechnicS, now getting his Spire. So it looks like we're going to have a pretty normal game here. TTF with his 2 Raxes and his Academy. TechnicS going with his 3-hash Muta. I'm very sure that it's off to the right, because this is one of the maps where there's like a little patch to tell you where it's supposed to go, and you can see like the side of that patch. It's certainly to the right of that. I'm just not sure if it's down any. Yeah, Buck, you already mentioned that in the chat. Bucky's stealing all my good lines. Alright. So, here comes TTF's first attack, right before the Mutalisks pop out. It looks a little bit, actually, it looks rather strong. A little bit stronger than this attack normally is. And, ooh. TTF? TTF? That's not where he is. Your dude's got bad intel. Your dude's got very bad intel. Oh. Why did he think TechnicS was going for a hidden... I don't know why he thought TechnicS was going for a very greedy third. And like, if you thought he was going for a very greedy third, why didn't you send an SCV over there to check? Because now you can't bust with this army. You might have had a shot. Maybe he used the scan on this, saw that nothing was going down, and then just decided to go up and check that. I think that'd be the most reasonable thing to assume. Because I did hear a scan go off. He scanned this, saw 3 Sunkens, didn't want to deal with 3 Sunkens, so decided to just go and check top anyway. And he's even checking 12 o'clock. He really thinks that TechnicS wants a greedy third. Which TechnicS does want a greedy third to a certain extent. I mean, he's taking one now. Alright, so, ooh. TechnicS really messing up some of those last shots there. Should have killed 2 or 3 more. And TTF isn't even going to retreat with his Marines. He's just going to let his turrets deal with the threat for him. Not getting a machine shop either on the factory, going straight up to Starport. Interesting. Yep. Looks like 1 drone and 1 Mutalisk lost. I don't know why TechnicS is bothering to attack this. That's, I mean, they're just all concentrated, all on open ground. There's no cliff to approach from. And they're not doing anything. You can just leave them there. Alright, there's the machine shop. So tanks should be coming out soon to deal with the lurkers whenever TechnicS gets them. And then science facilities after that. We do have the Hydral extend and no lurker upgrade. So that could be a little bit of an issue. It looks like the Mutalisks find a nice little reinforcement path. Going to pick them all off. It's 6 Marines or so and a medic. Very nice. The lurker, oh, the lurker upgrade is done, and going to have a couple lurkers coming in now. The lurkers will barely be getting here in time to defend against this. Oh, Mutalisk coming in from the side. There come the lurkers that it's just morphed. The Marines are going to run away from them. and actually do a good amount of damage to these Mutalisks here. Not going to be able to finish him off, but get at least something out of it, because he wasn't going to be able to take out this base. Alright. So we have first tank out now. We'll be able to deal with the lurkers a little bit more effectively, but really, there we go. Should be starting that science vessel just starting now. So 4 lurkers. Oh! A little bit unfortunate for TechnicS they lost that lurker, but picking up 4 Marines, not too bad. Not too bad at all. And TechnicS is taking this expansion. So TechnicS is going to be getting up to 4 bases rather quickly. Birds and lurkers once again just outside the range of this bunker, so they can't do anything about that. Yeah, I guess TechnicS is just going to get greedy here and try to take that 4th base sooner than he should. He's delaying Hive a bit to get it. Where TTF just kind of getting up an army. Pretty standard looking Terran army. Alright. Now because of these turrets that were thrown down very early, they're in great positions. Both in the main and the natural, so TechnicS has gotten very little muta harass done. Really just not hurting TTF at all. TTF, ooh, he's moving out. Can he catch the lurkers? No, not really. This one got tickled a little bit. Now, TTF should be able to take out this base. He's going to have to deal with the flank from behind, but assuming he can stay in a good position... Ooh, he's even dematrixing. He is completely ready to deal with this flank. There's 1 Marine just in position to tank a lot of shots, try to detract lurker fire. It's not actually going to deal with the lurkers, but it does stall the Zergling for a little bit. And, oh boy, those Zerglings just chewed through those Marines so quickly. The lurkers weren't even that big of a factor in that engagement. And it's going to cost TTF everything. He, once again, is unable to take out this base, even though he got close. I mean, obviously he did no damage to the base, so he didn't come close to any of the buildings dying, but in terms of just being right there, right in position to take it out, I think he can even siege the hatchery from the outside here. I'm pretty sure. We have some more Marine upgrades. Going to be getting 2 now. Excuse me, canceled the tank and restarts it. Little bit of a disorganized attack there from TTF. Rather brave medic though. So we now have the Queen's Nest for TechnicS. I think that's a smart move. Maybe he could have done it a little bit earlier, just considering that he wasn't getting a whole lot done with his lurkers and lings. And I think he really is going to need defilers before anything good happens for him in this game. Or any good aggression happens for him in this game. He's been doing a good job of defending. But really, that's about it. Meanwhile, TTF, he's been sitting on 2 bases for a very long time now. His main's actually almost mined out, and he hasn't even started to think about a 3rd yet. Using 3 bunkers to defend against the lurkers. Man, that is a lot of lurker ling, though. A lot of lurker ling. TechnicS does not have good upgrades. Just 1 armor and 1 attack on the links, compared to 1 on the Marines. I think that 1 attack just finished. I thought it was just 1 armor. They initially started that. statement. My door just swung open. Apparently there's a backdraft in here. Or a ghost. Or that was actually TechnicS yelling at me about saying that he should have gotten Hive earlier, and that's just like how long it takes sound to travel from Bulgaria to America. That's actually a lot faster than sound travels, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure, yeah. Would have to be like something from the very beginning of the cast, maybe. So, wow. TechnicS is going to come in from behind. I thought for a second he was going to be able to sneak up to that high ground. It looked for a second that TTF wasn't quite in position. And now this Science is going to come over here and realize, oh dang, there are a lot of dudes. And TechnicS is going to go for it. He just really wants to make this attack happen. He could have a lot of success. It really just comes down to how well TTF can micro and TechnicS can get his how good a position TechnicS lurkers can get. And the micro was pretty good from TTF, but not quite good enough. Waited too long to expand it. TechnicS almost loses to bunker rushes. Is going to be able to pull it out. And Eastern Europe takes the lead 3-2. Alright, well, give me 1 second. I'm going to close